Well, good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure and honor to be here today with all of you. And I want to, especially thank our board chair and our fearless leader who has received an awful lot of compliments and acknowledgement today for your leadership for so many years. Why don't we just take a minute to give him a round of applause, don't you think? I want to congratulate all of the honorees for your courage and for your work. And our previous honoree that mentioned global solidarity, one thing that I think is so important for all of the honorees to remember, and part of the purpose of this award today is to send the message that we stand with you. You mentioned that going home might be a challenge, but I think that one of the things that protects all of you and hopefully embraces all of you is to know that the world is watching and that we will stand with you. I have the distinct honor of introducing the next honoree, and present him with the Democracy Award. And as we all know, the Democracy Award recognizes the courageous and creative work of individuals and organizations advancing the cause of human rights and democracy around the world. Confronting corruption is often thought of in hindsight as the easy choice to make or the destined choice to make. All too often, courage and change are thought of as inevitable. Someone will do it. It's the assumption that something will surely happen in the grand scheme of history's progress. Now, I may agree and say that change is inevitable, because I do believe that, and that change and courage is inevitable. But I realize that we're all here tonight because we all realize that without certain people and without their display of courage, change would be nothing. Without certain people, there is no progress. So born in Luanda, Angola, Mr. Rafael Marques de Morais holds a Bachelor of Arts in Anthropology from the University of London and a Master's from the University of Oxford. In 2011, he was a Reagan Fassel Democracy Fellow at the National Endowment for Democracy. He is a journalist and a human rights defender and founder of the watchdog website Maka Angola, which is dedicated to the struggle against corruption and the defense of democracy in Angola. Mr. de Morais was imprisoned for his work in 1999 after publishing an article titled The Lipstick of Dictatorship and, and was released after international advocacy efforts on his behalf. His case was taken up by the UN Human Rights Committee and resulted in a precedent-setting ruling in 2005. He is currently facing charges for insulting the Attorney General of Angola after publicly exposing how the Attorney General's private business dealings conflict with his public duties. Please join me in applauding his courage and in presenting him with the Democracy Award.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I have to start by thanking Carl Gershman as well for being so supportive and the NED staff for being friends throughout these years. Honorable members of Congress, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm truly humbled by this honor awarded here in the US Congress. For years, I have played my part in fighting corruption and exposing human rights abuses. I've worked in isolation, continually under threat, and with few resources other than resolve. It was always such a blessing to come to Washington and be welcomed by friends who offered moral support and practical help. Today, I stand here dreaming that one day my own country might have a Congress that truly represents the people and is answerable to them. Angola's Congress, the National Assembly, is riddled with corruption, yet its members enjoy impunity. One example, just days ago, the Speaker of the Angolan Parliament ordered the buying of 250 luxury cars to be allocated to the incoming members of Parliament who will be elected in August. The total bill is a staggering $78 million. and it comes out of the state budget. Meanwhile, there is no money to supply public hospitals with the most basic medical equipment or medicines. People are dying needlessly every day for want of a syringe or a malaria pill. I'm most grateful for the moral support I've received from the National Endowment for Democracy, from the State Department, and from all my wonderful friends in the United States, many of whom are here today in the audience. And I would ask all of you, whether in the Congress or in government, to do your utmost to help those fighting for transparency, human rights, the rule of law, and democracy in their countries. Less corruption and fewer human rights abuses across the world will reduce the need for development aid, reduce the number of refugees fleeing tyranny in the hope of finding freedom in Europe and in the United States. There is much to be gained from investing in free and honest societies, not least making our world a better and safer place for all. Thank you very much.